Some women say they'd rather run into a bear in the woods than a man. When I first heard this thought, I thought, that is ridiculous. But then I realized the bear isn't the point. The point is predictability. With a bear, you know you're in danger. With a stranger, you don't know if he's kind or controlling, emotionally mature, or emotionally volatile, safe or unsafe. And for many women, that uncertainty is what their nervous system fears the most, because emotional safety isn't determined by who someone is on their best day. It's determined by who they become on their hardest day. When they're stressed, when they're disappointed, when they're rejected, when they're ashamed or confronted. Can they stay emotionally present? Or do they do one of these two things? They collapse or they armor up. In my work helping people build secure relationships, I found that these are two of the biggest barriers to emotional safety. So what does it mean to collapse? A man who collapses becomes overwhelmed by his own emotions. He shuts down. He spirals into shame. He loses his ability to stay emotionally present. He needs reassurance. He needs rescuing. Instead of staying with her feelings, she suddenly has to take care of his. She isn't free to express her hurt because she's now managing his emotional state instead. His nervous system becomes the center of the conversation. And while collapse isn't aggressive, it still doesn't feel emotionally safe. So what does it mean to actually armor up? Armor is what happens when a man protects himself from vulnerability instead of staying emotionally present. Instead of feeling his feelings, he defends against them. He becomes defensive, critical, controlling, dismissive. He stonewalls, he intellectualizes everything instead of feeling it, or he becomes emotionally volatile. His frustration escalates into anger, hostility, intimidation, or emotional unpredictability, because anger often feels safer than vulnerability. The armor protects him, but it leaves her feeling really unsafe. For many women, emotional volatility is terrifying. Not because every emotionally reactive man will become physically violent, but because she doesn't know where that volatility ends. Her nervous system immediately starts asking, is this just anger? Is he going to yell? Is he going to slam a door? Is he going to punish me with silence? Is he going to humiliate me? Is he going to escalate even further? When expressing your feelings feels dangerous because you don't know how someone will respond, you are no longer emotionally safe. A man who collapses leaves her carrying his emotional world. A man who armors up leaves her bracing for it. Neither allows her nervous system to relax. And that's where attachment theory gives us a powerful lens, because emotional safety looks different depending on your attachment style. If you're anxiously attached, safety means consistency, knowing your relationship is okay without constantly needing reassurance, feeling emotionally connected instead of wondering where you stand, knowing conflict won't suddenly cost you the relationship. If you're dismissive avoidant, safety means closeness without losing yourself, having space that's respected, feeling accepted without pressure. Knowing love doesn't require giving up your independence. If you're fearful avoidant, safety means your nervous system finally learns that love doesn't have to hurt, that conflict doesn't automatically lead to abandonment, that you can be fully yourself without expecting rejection. And if you're securely attached, safety means trusting that when something goes wrong, you'll talk about it, repair it, and move forward together. Because secure relationships aren't conflict-free, they just know how to repair. So here's what I wish more men understood. Women aren't asking you to never get angry. They're not asking you to never make mistakes. They're not asking you to be perfect. They're asking one simple question. When things get hard, are you still emotionally safe? Can you stay present instead of collapsing? Can you stay connected instead of armoring up? Can you regulate your emotions yourself instead of making me regulate you? Because when a woman feels emotionally safe, she softens, she opens, she trusts, and she connects. And when she doesn't, her nervous system is simply doing what it was designed to do, protect her. So maybe women aren't really choosing the bear. They're choosing certainty over unpredictability. They're choosing emotional safety over emotional volatility. They're choosing relationships where they don't have to wonder whether expressing one honest feeling will cost them love. Because secure love isn't built on perfection. It's built on emotional safety. And emotional safety is what allows both people to finally put their armor down.